Ouais, Lydia, merci. T'es au taquet? On va dire que oui. Bonsoir à tous. Est-ce que pour le dernier match de la journée? Ensuite, on va se coucher. J'aime bien ça. L'équipe suisse. Les arbitres. Ouais, les arbitres. C'est David et les deux son équipe. And now we can welcome in a few moments, in a few seconds, once the lights are down. Vesma, éteins la lumière s'il te plaît. Wouhou! On va accueillir le Royaume-Uni, UK please. UK, you can come in. Yoo-hoo! They're here. And now, let's welcome Italy. Et les équipes vont maintenant pouvoir présenter leurs joueurs. UK first.
Hi, I'm James. We've got Dom, Andy, Charlie, Mike, Tom, Martin, Andy, Mac, James, Matt, and Liam. And I'm James.
Now for Italy.
Number 6, Giacomo Colombo. Number 14, Filippo Banfi. Number 24, Matteo Cristofori. Number 21, Luca Olivo. Number 18, Lorenzo Rimoldi. Number 42, Francesco Merlotti. Number 8, Andrea Bonora. Number 23, Francesco Contenti. Number 9, Filippo Gilli. Coach, Giorgio Zinetti, Fabrizio Caprani.
Et maintenant le tirage au sort. Now Condro.
Okay, and we're here for Italy B versus the UK. We've just had the teams announced by the captains. They're just doing the walkthrough now. I believe the Italians won the toss.
Yep, we're in for a good match this evening. You're joining us live from Geneva, from the Nations Cup.
The quarter-final stage. So I'm Richard from the UK, and with me is Tara. So what predictions? What do we think, Tara?
I think it'll be tight. I think it'll be a good match. Even though I'm from the UK, I think Italy might just cinch it to be controversial.
Right, controversial is good. Now, with the Italians, there's so much strength in depth in their squads that by no means guaranteed to beat the B team of Italy at all. They're still extremely strong. They've got lots of former international players and European Championships winners in there, lots of club experience as well. So it's going to be a tough test for the UK, who are some new athletes have broken into their A squad as well.
Yeah, really nice to see those athletes coming through from the training squads and B teams.
So the Italians obviously playing in blue. The UK look like they have their red kit on. Teams taking position on court at the moment now. UK look like they're potentially going to mark one of the shooters because they're choosing end depending on how the Italians line up. So it's good to see some tactics in early.
Start how you mean to go on.
Exactly. And the Italians swapping back. So
They picked up on that.
he who starts with the ball shall, actually no, he who receives the first shot shall determine how you line up. So Filippo Gilli getting underway for the Italians. Look like they're going to go for a long ball game from the back line, so expect lots of passing, lots of movement.
It's something we often see from the Italians is that they're so quick with their switching. They really make the opposition move around the D and create those gaps.
Absolutely. Having seen the A team just play Poland, you can see the style is consistent across the two squads already. A good shot from Benora there to open scoring. Drop by Dale there on the left-hand side for the UK. Italy will restart. It's so important in these games not to go down by a large margin at the start because it can really frame how the rest of the game plays out. In UK, they're conceding the first 2 points against Italy, and they'll want to tighten up that defence a bit.
Yeah, moving closer together, cover those gaps, because the Italians will absolutely make the most of those.
That's a point down the line. Point given there for Emery on the right. Oh, no, it's been given frame. My mistake. Middle ref overruled.
A reminder for those who haven't seen a lot of Tchoukball, we've got 3 referees in Tchoukball, 2 at the end, who are watching us particularly around those Ds, like footwork, passing, etc. You've got the one main ref who overrules any decisions if needed and keeps everybody calm on court. And like a drop there from number 4, Martin Wright.
Yeah, the pass just slightly off. Bit too hard, bit too far to his right there. Italians lining up, must shoot. Goes down the line.
That's a point. Italian. Italy just opening up a little gap there at 4-0 with just 2 minutes in.
Yeah, the Italians have started strongly, but there's a few mistakes there from the UK that they'll want to iron out before long. So left shooter there, Martin Wright. If the last 2 steps aren't in the Tchoukball court, then it's deemed a foul. So unfortunately, Martin just started out of the court slightly there. Long ball from Gilli. Right on the D, unfortunately can't take that.
In the right place, but not quite able to keep his hands on that.
No, good shot from Ramoldi on the left for the Italians. UK go long. That's a little bit too high.
I think it was the right idea. Get those Italians moving.
Absolutely. Well,
Ooh, a little option ball there from Italy, something they practice a lot and they're very good at. Just catches the opposition off guard when you're at the opposite end.
Hits Charlie Rouleau-Wedart there on the D. Unfortunately, not able to grab that. Landing given by the referee. It's a little bit sloppy from the UK starting off here. A few mistakes creeping in. They'll definitely want to get off the mark and see if they can recover some of this Italian lead as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think as soon as they can get a point on the board, they'll be feeling a little momentum will start flowing.
Sounds like the UK getting ready for a change there. Looks like Liam on the sideline, the player coaches, instructing a few changes. So frame ball given there, that'll be UK ball. Going long to Emery. Nice switch across to James Dale. Comfortably caught on the line, though, by Contensi.
It is a tricky one to catch up there, having played against James on multiple occasions and played with him. Catching those balls around sort of bicep to neck height. It's that awkward.
Yeah, he's got a really good variation in height. As a defender, you just have to hope that you can read that, spot the high ones coming out, step back a little bit. Oh, it's a good shot from Emery, just frame. Come on, we want UK off the mark here. We're trying to be impartial as the English-speaking commentary team here, but for the sake of the game as well. Great catch from right there on the left. Much better in defence there. Good ball from Harris to Emery.
One thing that's going to be really important in this game is using those switches.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to move the Italians in order to get anything past them.
Absolutely, yeah. If they're sitting there on the line waiting to catch the ball, then they're going to catch the ball. That's just the way it works. They're very strong in defence. Lovely switch there from Martin Wright across to James Skilton, who dispatches it down the line. Much better from the UK, much crisper, much better passing. You can see the amount of space on the replay there. Makes it easy for the shooter with that quality of switch.
Another option ball there from Italy. And just gets through between Mike Emery and Charlie Redart. Sorry.
Oh, it's a very good shot from James Skilton, to be fair, but equally well defended there.
Oh, so close there.
Just missed it. And Mike Emery reads a spin shot from Luca Olivo there, but just doesn't manage to keep hold of it.
It was a very good sell there from Filippo Gilli, number 9, setting that defence down.
James Dale does well there to put into the shot, but unfortunately caught by the Italians on the third line. Great hands there from Mike Emery. That's a really good pickup. Equally good coverage from Matt Harris, second line. Goes to Skilton, slightly off pass. Unfortunately, not a lot Martin can do with that on the left there. And again, that's that square shot again. That's catching the UK out consistently, that is, from Romaldi. He's really working that gap on the 90 to 100 degree shot very effectively.
Oh, incredible hands there from number 42, Francesco Mellotti. I think
that's an exceptional shot there from Benora. He's gone very hard and low to Wright's left-hand side. We just watch on the replay. We can appreciate how much skill that takes second line. Scoops it up with his leading right arm and then brings the left hand onto it as well to keep control. Excellent second line there from Italy.
Often the second line is a little bit forgotten as to how important it really is. As you saw there actually just from Charlie, not quite close enough to be able to pick that up in the same way as the Italians did.
We saw some very effective second line last game with Italy-Poland as well. Both sides working extremely hard, and it's, as you say, it's really surprising the amount of balls you can get on that second and third line. It's absolutely vital to the game that everyone runs it. It's another good shot down the line from number 21 from Italy, Luca Olivo on the left.
They're always difficult to defend down the line, the speed at which they're coming off the frame, and whilst you're trying to move and travel around the D, it's a tricky combination.
Mistake there on the first time shot from the UK.
Option ball there again, but they
brings it back, hard that line. Oh, he's got it.
Excellent.
Played well, Emery there. Good take. Unfortunately, just put his foot on the line as he went for the shoot back. Nothing wrong with the shoot back. We like those.
Option ball again there, switching it back to the same end.
Much better defence from the UK there. Still a great shot. Just missing some support probably toward halfway between third and second line there. Typically third line will be the shooters from the other end, which should approach the halfway line in case of a very high shot, whereas second line is really just behind the defence or halfway between the D and that halfway line.
Excellent work there again from Andrea Bonora down the line.
Yeah, fantastic shooting. That looked quite close. I'd like to see that one.
Oh,
No, it definitely was quite close, but it's also definitely a point.
it's a beautiful shot there.
Almost unplayable, that one.
Yeah, some shots you just absolutely
Oh,
have to
good
get
play
give
from the
credit
UK
to the
then.
shooter.
Excuse me for interrupting. Very, very good play from the UK there. Lovely long ball from Martin Wright. Great from Italy. Good
Pick up
hands
there
from Andy Cummings. Player coach Andy Cummings there with a really good catch. Italy looking so solid in second line. Any ball that's getting picked up is just getting scooped up by their second line. It's another point from Benora, but he did shoot at a defender there.
He did, James. Skilton was exceptionally close that time. He got his hands on it. Sometimes the speed is just too much to be able to bring it back in.
A change down here. Tom McKean, the tall number 8, has come on court. Looks like he'll be defending the 3. Oh, it's short from James Skilton on the shoot back there. Hope he's okay. Looks like he is. Great catch. Unfortunately, just looked like the ball slipped in his hand as he went to execute the shoot back. Good shot from right there. Lot of power in that one.
So 5 minutes left to go. We are 19-2 to Italy. That's not the strongest start from the UK, unfortunately, but an incredible start from Italy B. Excellent hands there from Tom McKean, number 8.
Good covering from Dom Rayan on second line as well. Either of them could have got that. Another frame, unfortunately, for memory there. Italy will restart.
It's very hard to read Filippo Gilli, number 9, with those shots. It looks like it's going, as you see here, down the line, but he just sneaks it in at the sort of 60-degree mark.
Yeah, those spinny shots are very hard as a defender to read and execute. I think the only thing you can do there is make sure the right shooter, Skilton, comes around a little bit more to cover, because one thing we do know is that would never have gone square. So Italy with another point on the 30-degree there from Benora. Benora's having an extremely strong third, and we'll probably get some stats for you at the end of this period and look at the players. That's a great ball from Skilton. A good shot there from Martin Wright.
It's a really nice pairing when those two get going, for sure.
Oh, unlucky there from Mac Hofberg. Almost got a decent pick-up on that, but just couldn't quite cling on to it. But again, Lorenzo Romoldi on the left is causing his fair share of havoc himself. It's a lovely long ball again. Goes high though.
Well
Probably
read.
should have put that low, because the defence was always going to be running to recover from the other end. That's a lovely shot from Romoldi.
He's finding that gap there between Dom Wren and Mac Hofberg. Looking pleased with the shot there, number 18.
UK setting up for a triple here, because Mac Hofberg is the left shooter. Recover it well. Wow, it's a good shot from Mac.
It was well done from number 24, Cristofori Matteo, to get a hand on that.
Yep, definitely a good pickup. Didn't quite stick. Nice long ball there from Filippo Gilli for the Italy.
One of the first mistakes I think we've seen from the Italians.
Yeah, they certainly haven't given the UK much of a look in this third, it's fair to say. 23-4 is a, well, borderline unheard of lead, unfortunately, in the first third. Very impressive from Italy.
So close there from James Dale, number 42, just trying to get that ball to stick.
Excellent shot from Gilli, coming down from very high on the frame. Great defensive work there from number 42, Francesco Malotti.
There's the UK ball, see if they can use it to convert into a point. And they can. Lovely shot there from Martin Wright.
There's a lot of power in that. I think the Italian defence will have to deal with both a very deceptive switch there, and if the shot comes in, it will be coming in with an awful lot of power. So it'll be a big, tricky job for them down there. Good shot there from Mike Emery, catching the Italian defence literally on their tippy toes.
I think it's while switches are exceptionally important, every now and then it's definitely important to throw in a first-time shot as well. Keep everybody on their toes.
Absolutely. Short there from Jelly, just shot the ball onto himself as it rebounded off the frame, so that's what we call a short or a given point, which means point to the UK, Italy restarts. Lovely shot there from Olivo, not a chance on the line with that. No,
he's found a really good rhythm here.
You see that just goes right over the edge of the D there. Yep, he's unfortunately he's out of court again. He's got to get that run up right. You must have your last 2 feet in court when you catch the ball. Otherwise, you're coming from outside of court and it's a fault.
Excellent.
Great hands from the UK there. Touched them both on the line, so that'll count as a pass. This must go therefore because it's the third pass. Lovely shot there from Wright, spinning it out, and Benora can't hold it. A little bit better from the UK in the last few minutes. It's just such a deficit to come back from this one, unfortunately. Yes,
they have a very long road ahead. This could be a tricky one to
They do indeed. There's some encouraging signs at the end there for UK, but you have to say the finishing from Italy has been top class.
It's pretty flawless so far. Very impressive.
Very few mistakes. I think I counted maybe 1 or 2, Tara.
Yeah, exactly. I think if the UK can tidy up some of their mistakes and keep working those switches to make the Italians move, then I think we might be in with a slightly closer scoreline in the second third. Yeah,
they've definitely got to move the Italians around more in order to get more points on the board. That will be key, because at the moment I think as well we'll probably see some through the replays at the end of the period now, but it seems to me like Italy are there most of the time on the D waiting for the shot to come in, and if the defence isn't moving around, if they're not scrambling desperately around, then they're always going to have a better chance of making the catch. Seeing some of the replays in now. He's spotting that gap very nicely there. Some really good shooting there from Lorenzo Ramoldi.
Yeah, it's definitely clear to see that the Italians train very hard and train as a squad.
So we have some statistics in for the third. Italy's top scorer being in Lorenzo Ramoldi, unsurprisingly from the left-hand side, and Benora chipping in with 6 points as well to Ramoldi's 9. Left shooter Luca Olivo has scored 7, and Filippo Gilli has scored only 2. The veteran Italian right shooter there.
So looking at the UK now, we've got Martin Wright scoring 4 for the UK, with Mike Emery, James Skilton and Matt Hofberg all on 1 each.
Yeah, and I believe the score was 7 to the UK. Oh, yes, see on the scoreboard the score was 7, so that means Italy have put no shorts in whatsoever. I don't think the same can be said for the UK.
No, I don't believe so.
Although potentially only 1 or 2 shorts from the UK as well.
Yeah, only had a couple in there, but unfortunately every short does put you behind. I'd like to limit those as much as possible.
It does, yeah, but both in terms of points and also psychologically, when your team shoots a few shorts, it can be quite a panicking effect on the team sometimes. But UK have kept it pretty clean, to be honest. 1 short that period is pretty good going. I think they'll just want to speed up the play, cut out some of the silly mistakes. It's quite a relaxed chat on the UK side going on at the moment, and same obviously on the Italian side.
Absolutely. I think they knew going into this was going to be a difficult match, so perhaps maybe a nice relaxed chat will get them in the right rhythm.
Looks like we're getting back on court again. Both teams beginning to get ready. This is our last game of the day today, and I know certainly some of these UK players will be quite exhausted. I think most of them arrived in Geneva on Thursday, and will be through to Sunday, where they'll be playing in the elite competition alongside clubs as well. So plenty to do at the Geneva Indoors. UK taking the court. I've noticed this with UK sides. Whenever I've played UK sides, we always seem to be the first on the court, sort of hurrying hurrying everyone else up. We're always there first. Either that or the Italians are always last. But let's not delve into stereotypes. Let's crack on with the second third.
I think we're just really keen, really keen.
I think we are.
Going into the second third, we are 26 points to Italy B and 7 to Great Britain. See if the UK can close that gap a little bit. Umpire's just checking everybody's ready to go, and we're off. So
that's a nice pass from Haig. So great switch from Haig there, giving Skilton some space to shoot out from the right.
Absolutely. We've had a couple of change arounds this third, with Haig coming on. Matt Hofberg there, just looking for a shoot back.
Lovely hands. He struggled to fight the temptation to shoot back there. It's never a problem with a shoot back, as I said last third. Good hands again. Well played.
Oh, beautiful
Excellent
play
work there. Good hands from Hofberg. He's a left shooter by trade, but clearly the boy can defend a little bit. So
great reactions there from Martin Wright to pick that up and shoot in the air.
Good work from the Italians backs. Romaldi to Bonora again. This time doesn't make a mistake. There's a nice big gap there as Wright moved to guard the line. It opened up a gap between Hofberg and Wright, and Bonora puts it straight in there. Great shot from the Italian.
It's definitely essential to move as a unit when you're playing against teams like Italy and even Switzerland as well. They find those gaps, so you need to... Unlucky there from Philippe Gilly, just not quite sticking in his hands.
Yeah, it was unlucky. He got hold of most of it, but just sort of clawed at the rest of it a bit.
If anything, that's more painful. So close, yet so far.
Lovely hands from McKean there. Good pick up. Good coverage from Ray in second line. To Emery for the not for the shot.
Just a foot online there,
Yeah,
unfortunately, from Martin Wright.
Yeah, it's been a few there. UK's highest scorer first third, though, so we'll let him off. But he will want to sort out some of those running from out of bounds and foot on line. It's a great shot from Jelly. Right down the line. Lovely shot there. Must have grazed that back line and just been in court. The Italian's ready for that one. Very solid defence there.
Oh!
That's a strange shot. I don't know if he meant to put that over front line. And number 8 McKean there is just very tall, but we
taking it to the face there.
Did look slightly painful. Awesome, good. Always like to see a defender receiving the ball do something deceptive with it. Good shot there from Hofberg, finishing off the move nicely.
Very quiet from the UK men today. Usually they've got a little bit louder on the court. A few cheers and chants going on. Understand it's obviously they're trying to win it back, but uncharacteristically quiet.
Yeah, I always feel that loudness and passion on court breeds good play. So I hope for both teams, to be honest. The Italians are often very loud on court. Be good to see both teams get stuck into this match just a little bit more intensity. That's a good pick up there from Emery.
I think doesn't help, like we say, we're quite late in the day now. Both teams are tired. Last match of the day. Excellent hands there from number 14, Filippo Benefi.
Yeah, the Italians really still sort of waiting for that ball, and the UK obliging there. It's just not really quick enough. Unlucky from Haig there. Just I think maybe he got sighted by the lights in the arena there a little bit.
Yeah, that ball came out exceptionally high off the front line. Beautiful shot there for
landing given. I think that's a good call from the referee there. Looked like that leading foot came down slightly before the shot. It's a great shot from Italy down the line now. And what we're seeing, the benefits of Italy going directly to the shooter off the initial pass there. The UK here going to the defender first means effectively they lose a pass in their play, and they can't do the kind of advanced moves that the Italians are capable of with that extra pass. It was a good shot by Wright, though, to score.
Is Italy just struggling with the power coming off right there? Oh!
Good hands, unfortunately. Andy again just snapped at that a little bit. He's going a little bit less pace than he perhaps thought, but it's a good pick-up on front line. That's a good shot, to be fair, from Emery. That was a good, low, hard shot, but just excellent defending there from Lorenzo Ramoldi again.
Very close there from Dom Rain. Got his hands on it, he read it well, but it's very hard defending on the line as a single person on those shootbacks.
Exactly. But they are a 4 down there, so we'd expect him to have some support, really. So UK will need to regroup a bit quicker on the line there.
Yeah, backing up those shooters after you've switched or as a defender is incredibly important, as we've just seen.
Absolutely. Another nice move from Hagen Skilton there.
Just open up those gaps again.
Yeah. Frame ball from Italy.
Yeah, the UK are lucky that wasn't a point that they need to keep close together.
Great hands from Gilly there. Anticipated where the shot was going and caught it on the slide. A good snapshot there from Ramoldi again.
Exactly, finding that gap between Rain and Emery.
Good ball from McKean, right on the approach for Wright. That's excellent athleticism there from Contenti to be able to get from his front line and make up about 8 meters.
Great hands there from McKean.
Good move from both teams, this is. End-to-end stuff. Great shot from Gilly. Really, really good shot. Sees the defence move round. They over-accommodate very slightly. It's very, very tough being on a 3 when you're facing a shooter with Filippo Gilly's range, who can probably shoot at the best part of 100 degrees. It's another good shot from Wright. He's having quite a lot of joy down there. Ironically, when he's straight shooting, he seems to be scoring quite a lot.
Yeah, the Italians just struggling to hold on to those, not necessarily expecting the power that's coming off that first-time shot.
Great hands again.
Oh. So unfortunately there, Emery just in the way, and therefore that obstruction doesn't count as a point. Oh, so close.
So frustrating as a player when you can't quite get out of the way of the ball and your own shooter puts it straight at you. I feel for Mike there. That looks like a great shot there from Gilly. Yeah, Andy Haig very sportingly putting his hand up and saying, yep, that was a point, referee. Straight down the line.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see it again here.
Very difficult as referees when you've got such a fast-paced game.
That's a fantastic shot there from Filippo Gilly. That's a very, very nice shot from Wright, but Benora was all over that. It's a high shot, good catch from Haig. Gets it this time on second line. To Rayen. Believe that has to go. Oh, I felt the impact there.
So did I.
Wear arm pads, man. Wear arm pads. It's a good shot from Filippo again. You can kind of see on his approach out from the defensive, and certainly from our view here, you can kind of see him tuck that arm back. And I think when you see that, you've got to guard for that spin shot. Good solid defence from Italy again. They just seem to be everywhere, the Italians on the line.
They've got incredibly quick reactions.
I suppose when you train week in, week out against the best players in Italy, you can you can handle most attacks.
That will do it, yeah. And to be honest, best players in Italy, best players in the world, some of them.
Yeah, exactly that. Good catch there from Gilly. I suspect that was framed, but goes back to Gilly. McKean's on it this time. Great work from the UK. Haig, unfortunately, the guys there on the line couldn't do anything else with that, though. Had to shoot.
Well held, though, from the UK.
Good work from Hofberg again. Mac Hofberg having a really good game of defence for the UK. He's getting hands on the lot. A little bit unfortunate there. Back to right. And again, Again, he's picking on that gap between the number 6, Giacomo Colombo, and the number 18, Lorenzo Romaldi. He's picking on that gap again and again, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So he's scoring consistently down there. Another top-class 0-degree shot from Gilly there. I think it's almost worth Andy Haig just sitting on that shot and just hoping it hits him, because it's going to be very hard to just pluck that shot.
Excellent work there from Matt Hofberg again, finding that gap between number 24.
That's a great shot from Gilly. That was just in.
Mixing it up there with a little high shot.
Clearly helped the referee there with that call, but no, it was a great shot just inside the court boundaries, high and very difficult to defend. Right shot, that one's slightly higher then, picked a different shot. He loves a shoot back, that man. Great defending from the UK, but a fault near side, and Cummins will take it.
So close there from James Skilton.
It sounded slightly framey from here, but if it doesn't alter the course of the ball, then frame ball will not be given, and that gentleman refereeing will be absolutely right, and I will be wrong. Just short there from Emery, trying to push it down the line. Probably put a bit too much on that shot instead of placing it. That's a lovely shot there from Skilton. Again, another great switch from Andy Haig across.
Absolutely, we know that the switch can make or break a shot.
Absolutely.
Wow. Double-handed shot there from number 20.
That's a collector's item, that is. You don't see those often anymore. Back in the 90s when I started, they were all the rage, but sadly no more. It's a dying art. Great shot there from the number 42, Francesco Melotti, on the left side. A lot of pace on that.
Andy Hay perhaps going just a little bit too early there, trying to anticipate a down-the-line shot from Filippo Gilli later on.
A little bit too slow on that switch there, and Benora gets that quite easily.
So close there from Martin Wright. He's in the right place. Just can't quite get his hands on.
I think there's probably an awful lot of power going into that shot. Another one down the line from Skilton there. He's starting to find a gap. Needs to be ruthless there, and if he's able to get it past the defender consistently, just keep doing it. That's exactly what Italy are doing to the UK, so no, you don't get any extra points for being flashy. That's a fantastic ball from Benora to Gilli. Really opened up the UK there. Absolutely brilliant. He's able to catch that on virtually the last step and just put it over the line. Good coverage from the UK. Did well to get there considering quality of the pass, but just not able to get it.
Excellent first-time shot there again from Martin Wright.
Yep. He's bought himself that shot by switching a few beforehand, so the Italian's not quite sure what's going to happen there. Bang, the shot goes in and he gets a point. Italy use. Yep.
And that's well held from the UK.
Good shot from Emery there.
Excellent conversion there into a point. Got two UK supporters in the crowd doing their best to cheer everybody on.
That's a lovely shot though, right through the gap. He's got a lot of power, and if you've got to shoot it with power, you want to give them the ball properly on the run. So good pass from Cummins as well. Good shot from Gilli. You can see him working up to that before he took off. You could see his eyes widen with joy as he realised there was a gap there. Good defending there from the number 6, Giacomo Colombo.
Absolutely ready for that. Nice shot there from Francesco Melotti, number 42, through that gap between Charlie Vida and James Skilton. Wasn't a big gap to find, but he found it.
First time shot there First time shot from a defender. He will be being shouted at by his shooters later. Good conversion there from Grimaldi. Interesting, we've got the UK end of 4 versus the Italian end of 4, and the 2 threes versus each other. Often teams will try and put their 4 versus the opposition 3 and vice versa to try and exploit the fact there's one fewer player there. Another good pickup. Just caught on his haunches there a little bit, Mac. Good ball from Charlie Rouleau there. Good catch from Grimaldi for Italy. Lovely switch.
Nearly there. See the frustration.
And that's the end of the second period. So I think probably the UK had a much better third there than the first third.
Absolutely. We sat steady at a 30-point difference for quite a while there. Just the Italians pulled ahead right at the end of the second further, leaving us 53-19 as we go into the second break of the game. Well, I think our predictions perhaps weren't too far off when we thought Italy might take this game.
Yes, I've got a nasty feeling. I said thought it might have been close though, so I might have to eat some humble pie. I did think it would probably be closer than this. I think there is a gap in ability.
Commentator's curse, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think in Tchoukball, starting the game strongly is so important. I think when you go down by a large margin initially, the other team get to relax, and when they have to turn it on, they still have enough in the tank to do so. And I think you're going back to the start of that period when we were looking at something like 12-1 to Italy versus the UK. It was always going to be it's more of an Everest than a mountain to climb at that point against a team of this quality.
Yeah, unfortunately so. Like you say, starting the match strongly or not determines the tone for especially that third, let alone the rest of the match as well. But UK are doing well to bring it back. They're looking much more solid this third, fewer mistakes, sorry. And so getting those shots in, finding those gaps and scoring points off those shots, which is not really what we saw in that first third.
Yeah, they're certainly more than capable of defending against some of these Italian shooters. Not when the Italians get it absolutely spot on, but I'm pretty sure that the UK defenders will look at this game afterwards and they'll say, you know, there's probably a few we could have had there.
Absolutely, I don't doubt that Italy will go away from this, analyse, see what they can do better for next time. Excellent hands, though, as you're seeing in that replay from Tom McKean and James Skilton.
That's such great covering from the defender, though. The defender from Italy there has just picked the shot that Andy Haig, the left shooter for the UK, he knows what he wants to do, and he sat there and said, well, come on then, beat me. That's a great shot from Filippo Gilli for Italy.
I often think sometimes as the defender, as soon as you can get on that line as a single defender, it sort of tempts that shooter to shoot at you.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Get in their head.
Nothing I enjoy more than being one on the line and catching a shot, speaking as a defender. It's just the best feeling ever.
Serious face there from Andy Cummins as player coach. He probably knows how the UK should have started.
Yeah, it's looking a bit more serious on the UK. It's very relaxed at the end of that first third, which was poor, and now it seems quite serious at the end of the second third, which is a bit better. So hopefully the message will go out to say, come on guys, let's pick up the points here.
Absolutely, you've got a much more smiley Italian team here, but that's quite understandable at 53-19.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the UK's aims this third should be to restrict the Italians to something sensible. Certainly they won't want to see that score approach over 80, because when you reach 80 in a Tchoukball game, you've been comprehensively thrashed. So I think they'll probably be saying to themselves, you know, let's try and keep them below 75. Let's get up ourselves to around sort of 35. If you can get to 50% of their score from this position, it's good. But you know, I think most coaches believe in a game within a game, if you like, so that even if you are getting beaten, you're going to lose this match, then you know, let's go down fighting. Last game of the day.
Absolutely. I just find often when you're playing matches like this or teams that are quite often better than you are, then it's a real opportunity to practice those things especially if you're already down, it's a good opportunity to practice those things that you might not get to in your average match.
Absolutely, yeah. So see what they do. But certainly if I was the UK, I'd be saying, let's go long ball. Oh, and that's what they're doing.
Exactly.
Hopefully this isn't commentator's curse. Oh, that looked like it hit the floor. But can't blame the defender there. It's certainly coming quickly, and he most certainly doesn't have to give it unless he's sure. Good shot there from Gilly on the square again. He's really exploiting the amount of space the 3 down that end is giving him, but I have a feeling were the UK to put a 3 down the other end, they'd do exactly the same down there.
Oh, and an option ball there from the UK.
Nice,
Wonderful.
lovely ball from Hofberg.
Oh, that's so unlucky there. Just James Cotton catching himself.
He's desperate for it to be called landing instead of short, but
Yeah, see that smile says it all. A couple of changes. We've got Matt Harris, who's come on for the UK, number 21, and James Dale just back on now, number 42.
good shot there from Benora. UK defence in a bit of a muddle, reassembling themselves there after the turnover. So it doesn't look as if they are going long. Maybe that was just a one-off from there. I certainly think it's time at this stage for the UK to start putting in a lot more long ball, because let's face it, at 56-20, what do you have to lose?
Absolutely, make the most of it. I think especially for Matt Harris coming on in this third, it takes a couple of minutes perhaps to get your head fully in the game, get your eye on the ball, and know where those shooters are coming at.
Absolutely. It's not the easiest role coming in as a UK right shooter either. So that's an incredible switch there. I think everyone moved round to receive a shot then.
They did. One of the key parts of the switch is fooling that defence to think you're about to shoot and opening up those gaps.
Oh, short from Dale. That's a bad one.
Just missing the frame there entirely, unfortunately.
He did receive the ball so that he had quite a tight angle to shoot at, but yeah, I think it just slipped there, to be fair to James. That's a very good shot, but equally good second line. That's a great shot from Dale. He hits it exactly in the right place, but the Italian second line was just second to none there.
It was an Andrea Bonora, number 8, hitting just another one down that line.
Yep, he's seeing it work, so he's doing it over and over again.
Complacent with those balls that come up.
Good hands from Haig there.
Pick them up. No.
Another slip. I think that ball must be quite slippery, to be fair to James on the left there.
It is. James is an accurate shooter. Long ball there from Italy. Obstruction called there. Andy Haig was just in the way of number 6, Giacomo Colombo.
Can't blame for the UK for that. We've seen a few on the last few matches I've been here, where the shooter does obstruct the player coming in, but if he's having to defend a 0 shot, then it's really tough on the opposing player. You have to sit there and respect it. That's a lovely shot from Oliver down the line.
Well picked up there again from Giacomo Colombo, number 6.
That's a good catch from Charlie there.
Making sure he called that.
Snappy shot from the left-hander there. Good shot from Cummings, goes past first line. Italian's caught napping there a little bit on second line. Probably not expecting the defender to shoot, so good decision to shoot on that occasion. Again, obstruction given there. Now, whilst we're not here to criticise referees, normally if the player decides to continue, the referee will let them. However, I believe it already in the process of calling obstruction there, so quite rightly retained the call. Gilly, I think, misses the frame here.
Yeah, first one
yep.
I think we've seen.
Yep, not me. Potentially the first short from Italy.
Matt Hofberg there really close, looking frustrated. He knows he's in the right place, he's got those hands to the ball, but he just can't quite absorb the impact.
Yeah, he's having a very good game defensively, and you tend to be much stricter on yourself when you know you're in a good headspace and you're catching balls. That's a lovely shot. Again, he sees the gap.
It is UK just falling victim there to going straight down onto the knees and not moving into the ball together.
Yeah, probably commits a little bit too early there.
Well, picked up from
another
number
double-handed
24.
shot there. Slightly wayward switching from UK. They want to tidy that up a bit. Benora's shot, I would call that a point. You say it's a guessing game in commentary now. I personally think that was a point, but the ref isn't sure. So the wobbling of the hands there, which we in the UK call a whoopsie, is where the referee isn't quite sure what to give. So he gives the ball to the team that last attacked. It's always the best decision as a referee if you're not sure.
James there just sneaking the ball through that front line defence. Exceptional power coming off. Excellent work finding that gap between Benora and Matteo. And just as Gilly does the same.
They've read the slightly higher shot there, and he's got a hand to it, but unfortunately it's going just rebounded back down on the playing surface. Good shot from Harris, but defence again is ready. The ball not really enough deception on these switches at the moment to get the Italians moving around the D.
Well read there from Milo Vidart.
So again, the Italians there for it. Defending and anticipation from Italy really is excellent. That's a great shot from Benora as well. Just varying it slightly, changing back from the one down the line. It picks the gap nicely. That's great hands from Gilly.
Sometimes feel like the Italians must have rockets firing balls at them.
Good hands from Hofberg. He's run out of steps there. Good shot from Dale.
Excellent work.
Quick change. Dom Rayan comes on for Mac Hofberg. Very good game from Mac there. He's put a lot of work into defence, and he's scored his fair share of points as well off the triple.
Yeah, he's had a really solid game.
That's a lovely shot there from Colombo, just exploiting the gap left between Skilton and Rillo Widart.
Well,
great hands from Colombo, just keeps it in. Even if he had have slipped out of court there, he would have had control, so it would have still have saved the point. So
Italy just sneaking ahead again in the lead. Looking at 66-24 with just over 6 minutes left in this final third. See if the UK can keep it below 80.
Well, they're looking good for it so far. I think conceding 14 in 6 minutes would be a bit of a
really
breakdown, wouldn't it? if that happens.
Option
I mean, their targets we've set them, not their coaches. So we should
unfortunately, that one didn't
emphasise
quite
that.
come off there for Benora's foot on the line, but there was a nice option ball from across the court from number 42.
Yeah, it's always of consistently high standard, that cross-court long pass from Italy.
It is incredibly accurate.
That's down. That frame not given? No, it looks like that was good, just off the top of the frame there from Haig. Top of the net, rather. Nice shot, just bouncing in front of Gilly. That's a lovely shot down the line from Colombo. Didn't have a lot of time there to actually take the ball in the air and then push, and he's done that brilliantly. Good take from the defence. It was a good height, but good catch. Oh, that's a very good shot indeed from Colombo there. He's come in, you think he's going to the side, and then last minute, potentially landing, but last minute he's brought his arm over and confounded the defence. However, it was the last pass, so that left shooter should be moving around and covering that gap. take there off Dale's shot. Long ball there from Benora. This has to go.
Excellent second line there from Matt Harris. Reads those really well. And converted into a point by the UK.
Yeah, good running from the UK there. The Matt Harris was actually playing as shooter and made it down to that position because he saw what was going to happen. So excellent work from Matt.
Ooh, bit
And to
unusual.
Tchoukball again on the left. And again, another point.
Yeah, definitely had the UK forward there, looking like an option. Back down to the same end and then back to the opposite end.
Good shot there from Emery. Nice and low and quite hard at the left shooter. This is probably the UK's best third so far. They seem to have restricted some of the points.
Oh, so
and
close
scored
there.
a fair few themselves.
Absolutely, definitely picked it up a notch. That was really close there from James Skilton. Filippo Gilli just finding that gap once again.
That. So James Dale taking it old school on the left there. He that slippery ball got out of his hand again, and he's just slapped that on the frame and scored. That's normally the kind of move you do when you're about 30 points up, but good for James there. Italian's just unable to keep hold of the ball there. Luca Olivio spilling that. Emery shoots again and scores.
Brings them to 30. Excellent work there from the UK. James Skilton just coming off there for a bit of a breather. He had a really strong match as well, to be honest. Excellent shooting. Good dig there from the Italians.
Yeah, Cristofori Matteo there in defence. Really good catch.
Uncharacteristic mistake there again from the Italians.
Lovely shot there from Martin Wright. He's been trying to get that one to work all game, bless him. He's had 3 attempts at that, I believe, and absolutely snookers Filippo Gilli there. Now that is definitely landing. Gilli just unable to hold it. Powerful shot from Dale, but the defence there, Filippo Banfi in defence. And Olivo again down the line.
Yeah, 90 seconds left in this match.
I think when the UK look at this and study the shots they've been beat, that's another very cheeky shot there from Martin Wright. He's dummied to go down the line. The defence hasn't moved around with Filippo Gilli enough, and they've been caught on their tiptoes again. Yeah, you always must move around as a defence, even when it doesn't look like you're going to be shot at. Very, very important. So as I was saying, I think the UK will probably look back at this game and reflect on a game probably of 0 points past them, and in terms of the 0 degree points, I should say, just to clarify. Because it seems like the majority of Italian shots have been around that area.
Perhaps Italians just losing concentration in this last minute, making a couple of mistakes there.
Well, UK have definitely been much better. I mean, whilst the Italians have rested a few players, it's safe to say the UK have as well.
Nice switch across the court there from Andy Cummins into Mike Emery.
Again, that long ball pass, absolutely key. Even though the defence gets there, it's tired, it's not settled, and you're always going to have a higher chance of scoring. Lovely play from Italy there.
Wonderful positioning from Dom Rain there.
Perfect positioning from Dom, able to read the shot and react to it second line. Emery's had a very good third on the right down here. He's come on and scored 3 or 4 points. Against the 4 as well, which is no mean feat. Gilli shoots, bounced off Cummins, and that's our lot, everyone. So thank you all very much for tuning in today. A convincing win in the end from Italy B 73 to the UK 33, but I'd say the UK probably picked it up that last third especially.
Definitely, they cut down on those mistakes, started finding those gaps and moving that Italian defence. Unfortunately, it was just a little bit too late, I'm afraid. but let's just see them line up now for the final congratulations to each team, and thank you to the referees.
Yeah, it's just that killer lead at the start from the Italian team. They came out so strongly, hardly any mistakes, no shorts that first third, probably about 2 or 3 passes misplaced, and they've just built on that, and they haven't had to work too hard because of all that magnificent work in the first third. But good effort from the UK in the end. A lot of good performances out there.
Absolutely, they really picked it up, and I think the second to third is something they should be proud of picking it up.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, otherwise, tomorrow we've got the semi-finals and finals to look forward to.
We have.
Kicking off at 9 o'clock European time.
Yep, that's right. 9 o'clock European time. 8 o'clock if you're in the UK. Sadly, maybe the UK will be in the semi-finals, but we'll be certainly starting here from 9. So if you like what you see, then join us again tomorrow then.
Yeah, we will find the UK ladies in the semi-final at 10:10.
Ah, forgive me, Sarah.
I do on this occasion. Yeah, we'll be playing against Italia A tomorrow morning, which again will be a very tough match, as you've just seen the Italians.
Be a very good match.
We look forward to it.
We will.
In the morning.
9h pour les demi-finales. Bonne nuit à tous. À demain.
No, andiamo a fare stretching o la curva? Mi sono buttato un secondo e mi è fatto male, cazzo. Allora qui crederci domani. Crederci domani. Facciamoglielo vedere noi. Proprio bava alla bocca domani, bava alla bocca. Una cosa per voglia, ragazzi. Io non lo chiamo Bruenne era uno. Sono sempre aumentato.